Hey, what's going on today, YouTube? So my name is Aramis. I'm a wildlife photographer and videographer. Also shoot sports as well, primarily. I'm here to test out Dehancer Pro, which is a program that is a film emulation program that is for videographers, colorists, cinematographers. Dehancer sent me this program to try out for free for honest review, completely honest review. So I'm going to show you my color grading skills from my personal color grading when it comes to Davinci, and then I'm going to show Dehancer's plugin version to see which one I like better. It's going to be 100% honest. This is to help my workflow to be a lot faster, to be able to push out more content. My process can take a little bit, just depends on how I'm building the image. So 100% review, tell you if I like it, I love it. We'll go in from there. All right, so here I have two different clips. One of a reddish egret, one of a red-tailed hawk. And I have my base that I color grade to start with a video. And then I also have another one that is Dehancer's version of it. So this is just the base, this is not the full color grade. I'll show the final color grade for each at the end. And then you can choose and say which one you like better. And I'll give you my honest review on which one I like better as well. So this is my image, and then this is Dehancer's. So mine, Dehancer. Right off the bat, what I'm showing, and the only thing I changed with Dehancer is I just choose the input of my camera, you know, play with the exposure a little bit, temperature. You know, the last thing I did was the expand. So the black point, the white points, just to get a little more contrast in the image. And then what I did for my personal, what I do on my personal color grade for my wildlife is I did my color space transform, my input, my output. And then I changed my lifts, gains, and added some saturation. That's it. So you'll be able to see the difference between the two. Oh, I also did change the saturation, upped it a little bit for the version of Dehancer Pro as well, just to see, you know, I kind of compare the two. Get the image as close as possible for a base starting point. So this is mine. Right off the bat, what I'm noticing for mine with the color space transform is it looks good. Just has like a bit of a matteness to it, so not much contrast, which granted I can add that with a few clicks of a button. And then you look at Dehancers, you can see the blacks. The blacks are a lot more richer. The highlights pop out to me a little quicker. There's less that I have to do as far as a starting point. So I am liking, they're about the same to me. Other than, as you can see, like look at the blues behind the head of the egret. You see it pops more. You look at the blacks on the egret, pops more with the Dehancer Pro versus my starting image. So right out the gates, I see this as a great starter tool for me, just to get a nice image. I can also save, which one part that I did see about it, about the program is that I like that I could generate a LUT from whatever I build from this. So I like that I can add a LUT for every, because you know you're shooting in wildlife, you're going to have different conditions. So I have one for overcast, I have one for a good starting point for highlights or something that's more in the shadows. So I really like that portion of the program where you can add a LUT, add it, throw it on there. Man, that will get me started, get me going a lot faster so I can finish this image and push it out to my social media. So overall, I would definitely say the Dehancer, for me, is better. It's better. I wonder, you know, how it will look if I just add contrast in this. How it will compare then. Now the blues does something a little different with the blues if I add contrast. So it's also rich, but the Dehancer looks more natural to me. So I gotta go with Dehancer for that clip, just for that clip. All right, then we're gonna jump to a different image that I shot in Orlando. Same thing. We just added the the base, color transform, added some saturation. The black, or for the Dehancer version, we did the same thing. Changed the exposure a little bit. We also added the expand, the black point and the white point. For these two, I don't even think I added saturation on the base one. On my usual color grade, I added some saturation to it. For the Dehancer, I also added some saturation, 62.40. So right out the gates, just as a base, I like the colors on mine first. You know, on the regular color grade that I do for my images, I like my color better on this one versus Dehancer. Dehancer is a little bit flat. Ooh, sorry. Dehancer is a little bit flat, but it preserves the color better to me. I feel like this looks a little washed out, just a tad bit. Once again, can be fixed. I can easily go through a few steps just to fix that. But I'm looking for something that is just straight out the gates, good. It's gonna have me at a great starting point, so I don't have to build so much nodes to get this as a good image. I'm gonna have to go with my version on this, just because of the color. The color looks better. I do like how flat Dehancer makes it look. I definitely like how flat it looks. I don't like the greens of how it looks. One thing I wish this program had, or you know, one of the tools on the side, was being able to add lift, gain, gamma, you know, something like that to pinpoint. And I know, you know, you can use the black points a little bit better to kind of get there, but I like to pinpoint just highlights, midtones, shadows. For me personally, I really like where I can just add that. So I wish it had a little more there. We do have the print section that you can add, like exposure, color density, saturation. It's okay. I wish it was a little more friendly. Like that looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. But I wish I had a few tools in here just to dial in a little more on highlights, midtones, shadows, a little bit better. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to color grade. I'll be back. I'm gonna color grade all four. So my bases, my basic edit with the egret, and then also with Dehancer. Same thing with the red tail hawk. And then I'll be right back and I'll let you see the final image. You choose which one you like better. All right, so I'm back with the finished product for both my grade and then the grade through Dehancer Pro for both the egret and the hawk. So if we'll just do like a quick, so this is my grade that I do naturally. This is Dehancer's Pro. Here's the difference. Mine, Dehancer. Mine, Dehancer. Overall, I like the depth of light on mine better. Mainly because of the vignette I did at the end. This is my vignette versus Dehancer's vignette. This is one thing I don't like about Dehancer. The vignette for them, it's, how can I explain this? You can notice the circle of the vignette. So let me go down to it and hit mask mode. So you can notice that circle right there versus the natural one that I did here. So mine complements the overall photo of light and darkness. So this is my vignette that I used. You know, you can soften the edges more. Straight through Davinci It's a lot better versus this because it just looks, and it's not that harsh either. I do have it feathered a little bit, but if you feather it too much, now it just looks like there's no vignette. So I don't like the vignette. Wish you could feather a little bit more. Wish you could have more control of how soft it is. If that was the case, I would use this better. So in Davinci, you can literally show the softness of that vignette. It just looks more natural that way. So got to take the vignette over Dehancer easily. Overall, I do like the colors, which I am going to change Davinci's vignette on this one to see how it looks. Probably going to look a lot better that way, but for mine, I do like the depth of it better versus Dehancer. The colors and everything, got to roll with Dehancer. Definitely rolling with Dehancer on that one. Let me do another before. So that's mine. Oh, sorry. That's mine, Dehancer. Mine, Dehancer. You can choose. Comment below. Tell me which one you like better. We'll go with the Hawk. This is my edit. Couldn't really nail it perfectly. I did before because I have this on my TikTok and my Instagram page, but for some reason I couldn't nail it today. But this is my edit versus the Dehancer version. With this one, definitely taking Dehancer. Way better. My version looks a little bit matte. For the Hawk, theirs, it looks more clear, more concise. It just pops out more, the animal. And I tracked both of them with Davinci software, so you can see where I tracked it. I also did another track on the, actually I didn't track the animal on this one. I did on mine so I could change it a little bit. I tracked the background and brought the greens down. Now that's another thing I'll say. The greens naturally with Dehancer looks how it looks in Florida. Versus, you know, my color space transform, it did make it look a little fake. But the natural greens in Florida, yeah, Dehancer is very accurate as far as the color. Yeah, as far as the colors go, way more accurate to me. That's before, after. This is the Florida trees, how they actually look in person. This is the enhancement of the yellows just for the background, so it makes it a little more fake greenish. But colors are definitely on point. And pretty much what I did is did the same, basically the same nodes with a little bit of tweaks just to get a final image. But for this Hawk, this overcast photo, might have to go back and try one more time with the actual Hawk. But I'm definitely taking Dehancer Pro on this one. Looks way better. Yeah, way better than me. So yeah, that's my suggestion. I really just want the vignette to be fixed a little bit better, just so I can have more to work with. You know, soften the edges, feathering it better, make it look better, make it look more natural. So I'll post these up on my as a short on my YouTube, just so you can see the full quality as well, straight from the short. And yeah, you just let me know which ones you decide. I'm also going to do a review of the Dehancer Online for photos. So we'll cut to that right now. All right, so this is Dehancer Online. This is basically an online program that helps you edit photos quickly. You can apply like film emulations to make your photos stand out. Just a quick edit. Me, in my head, I kind of see it as like a preset, basically. So one thing right off the bat that I did not like is you can't upload raw photos. So if I go back, you can upload JPEG, HEIC, TIFF, or DNG. Technically, DNG is kind of a raw format, but like I shoot Sony, so ARW would be my file format. I don't like that because I have to go save it. I like to edit raw from the raw image. So if I have to use a JPEG I get it, but we're just gonna test it out and see how it looks. But I would like to see a feature with it. Just converting everything to DG might be a headache, but we're gonna try it out with a photo just to see what type of look I can get with this. All right, so you get featured right off the bat, and then you get a lot of color film and black and white options. So this is the film preset. Okay, so they have presets, light, color, and effects, crop, original, fit, fill. So you kind of zoom in, you can adjust the exposure, upload. Oh, okay. So it's pretty simple to use. Do you want to zoom in and look at these to see which one looks good? And this is one reason, because this is an edited photo already with color grading and everything on top of it. So this is might just be the icing on the cake to make it look even better. And actually, I'm kind of like the one I already chose. So if you look at the original photo, that's what I edited right out of Photoshop, and then we throw this on there. It looks actually very cinematic to me, actually. I like it a lot. Brightness, oh yeah. So in here you can come and adjust the brightness. I'll bring this down back to original. Ooh, no. I do like to control my reds, my blues, my greens, my yellows, magentas. I like to control them, just each individually. So if that was a feature added, I would definitely use this. They also have this for like the iPad, so I have an iPad Pro I could use this on. If I do see this feature added to where you can just have more color control, I'll definitely use this. That's actually a pretty good image. Overall, yeah, it's a pretty good program. I still do shoot sports. I'm gonna do a second video, probably on my Instagram. I don't have a YouTube page for it, but just highlighting these sports. I'll upload it on here as well, just so you can see the before and after because in that case I would use that film emulation more. That's something more to be dialed towards. I haven't used it for wildlife yet, but I might try it as well and then post one to let you see it. To purchase Dehancer, I do have an affiliate code. It's B as in Bravo OOK. You get 10% off. And I'll just put it right here at the bottom of the screen so you can see it. But if you're interested in the program, definitely try a free trial. Try it on your wildlife or your any sports or film that you shoot. And I think it's a pretty good program. I think I'm going to start using it going forward, just to right out the gates, get my image looking. Don't have to build so much on top of it to get a good final image. It's definitely going to be a program that I'll start using. So anything you would like to see on this channel, comment at the bottom.